So today I'm going to give you a tour of our prefab chicken coop, and what I want to talk about is it better to go prefab like this and get something you just have to put together, or is it better to just build a custom chicken coop that fits your needs? We'll talk about that in today's video. So here we have a Cedar Producer's Pride Prairie chicken coop. It is able to house 6 to 8 chickens total. I'll walk you around and just kind of show you a quick view of the outside. And we do like the cedar because it matches the cabin and it just seems to hold up longer. And you will see this one over here. We got some future plans for that. But as you can see, I mean, it looks good. It seems to be, you know, it was pretty easy to put together, so we got that done fairly quickly. And some of the comments on this thing, or some of the information that they provide on it, says it's predator resistant with door latches, which is very important for chickens. And I'll walk you up here and show you the front. And this is our chicken run that's not completely ready, but it is just about there. So we are just about a week away from getting chickens. So, but here is the front door. And you just got to pull this little bar to pull it open and let your chickens out. And then of course we built this little ramp for them to come down, but I'll get more into that stuff in another video. So I did want to show this here. This is what you get that originally attaches to the front door. So this is the original chicken run that comes with the coop itself. And as you can see, it's still got similar latches here. They did use the upgraded welded wire here, so I'm very happy of that. And I did make some modifications to this, but we're actually using this for something different since we've got them going out into the bigger chicken run. This is going to be used to protect our chicken brooder that we're going to have on our porch for our baby chicks. As you can see here, there's our chicken brooder inside of there. So we'll have the chickens inside of this, inside of the brooder, protected with this welded wire around them as well. Now, something that it didn't have, and initially this right here actually was connected to the coop, so it would have had a top on it all the way around. I closed in the back here with the pieces that went on the top. So these were actually on the top, and this right here connected to the actual chicken coop itself. So I just put some chicken wire up here to totally close this off. But you do get all this with it as well. So, and this was a pretty nice little addition, and we have found multiple uses for this thing. But I just wanted to show this last piece that came with it as well. Now we'll get back to the rest of the video and I'll finish off the tour. So overall, we've been pretty happy with this thing. It does say it has reinforced thick wood panels for durability. I would question that. They're not super thick. I would say it's probably predator resistant for the most part. And it does say that it's ideal for 6 to 8 chickens, which I would agree with that. We'll take you back around here. We'll start opening this thing up here in just a second. And it does provide roosting bars as well. With all that said, I will open this up. And this is where your nesting boxes are. And you do see your roosting bars in there. But it's got 3 nesting boxes in it, which is probably plenty for what we're going to start with. We're going to start with 4 to 6 chickens. So overall, fairly happy with that. But if you look at this lock that goes on here, that's a fairly cheap lock. Will it work for now? Yeah. Are we probably going to switch this out? Most definitely. And as you can see, it does have decent little hinges. But what we have noticed, because we have moved this thing around a few times, just trying to get it leveled up and set up, is that a lot of these hinges and screws will start popping out. So that's another defect in it, I think. You do have some good ventilation at the top. And if I remember right, there's one on the other side as well. And it does have these little plastic slides that you can cover it up to keep rainwater from getting in and everything like that. So overall, really nice. This is the main entry into the chicken coop. Now what you're going to see again, and I think these locks are kind of cheap, but when I pop this lock open, you're going to see this whole door drop. Just kind of like it did there. And if you look down here, you can really see it. You can see all the weights on this lock. So when I pull this back, now it's really dropping. You can really see the gap in between here. And that is not real good. It does open up good. It's got a smooth opening. And then once this is open, so this is the complete inside. So there again, you can see the nesting boxes. But, you know, this wood is, it's not super thick. Even though it's cedar, it is still not super thick. And then you got your little slide out tray here. That's just to help you clean it up. And again, this thing here can be a little bit tough too. You got to kind of force it in here. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I would have thought it would have been a whole lot smoother than what it is, and it's almost hard to do with one hand. But I will close this back, and again, and because that's not going all the way in, that door is not. So So here's some of the problems. So I will take 2 hands and push this back. So there it is when it's fully back. So there you see some of the, what I'm going to call the cheaper build of this. Now when you go to close this, you got to kind of lift up on that, and then that'll line that one up. So you're good to go at that point. But again, kind of cheap for what you pay for it. And we'll get into that here in a few minutes. So now we'll roll around to this side. And again, you kind of got the cheap block here. I do like the fact that they put the 1/4 inch welded wire here. That is a nice install just to keep predators out. But you got another door here for ventilation. So, but this will kind of give you an idea. These cedar boards are probably about, I don't know, half of the thickness of this. So this is about a 1/2 inch. So I would say probably about a 1/4 inch thick cedar board. So it's not super thick cedar. And there again, you still see every time you pop something in, you got to kind of push up on it. So that's not real nice on that piece. So not real crazy about it. But overall, not a bad chicken coop. We paid $500 for this. With shipping and taxes, everything together, it came up to right at $600. And I will show you this over here. So when we want to open the door to let the chicks out of the morning or in the evening, all we got to do is grab this little lever. And I am going to make that a little bit easier to pull, but that's just adding an extension on. That's not a knock on the product. That's just the way it's designed. So at this point, of course, you can see that the doors are wide open. The chickens will be able to come out into the run here and have free range. So that is pretty cool. But like I say, so overall with everything together, this is about a $600 product. So that's where I kind of get mixed on it. Do I think it's worth $600? At this point, I would have to say no. And this did come from Tractor Supply. They've been really great to work with on it. So, you know, they got it here, met us. We had to meet them down the road because it does come. So if you order one of these, you got to order them online. And it comes on a big 53-foot rig. And we just didn't think they could get it into our property. So we went and met them and offloaded it. But as far as that goes, Tractor Supply is great. I just don't know that this is worth $600 total. So with that being said, in my opinion, I would say build custom on this, just because I think you can get a lot more for a lot less. Or for $600, you can build one good coop. Now what we're going to do with this over here, we're actually going to build a platform here, set this on it, put a tray under, and connect these two so we can have more chickens. And more or less, eventually I will be cutting out probably this bottom section here so they can walk across. And then we'll have one big coop. So we're already talking about modifying it. But again, I think we'd have been a lot better off just to get a custom built coop, put it all together ourselves. If you have the ability, take your $500 or $600 and do something else with it totally. But that's my thoughts. Again, I do like the coop. It's been okay, but it is, in my opinion, kind of fragile. But overall, not a bad coop. And we're already talking about extending it, so I wish we would have just built on our own to start with and built what we wanted. So that's our thoughts. But I hope this video helps some people. If you are looking for a prefab coop, and if you don't like to build your own stuff, I would highly recommend this. I do think it's okay. But again, if you got your own abilities to build your own stuff, or you know people who can help you build it, go that route. I just think that's the better way to go. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.